She cheated, I'm figuring it out and it hurts. Ellie and I met in college and hit it off right away. When we started dating I was not really assertive, you could accurately say that it was her showing interest and desire in me that made me really begin to value myself and work past a ton of insecurities I used to deal with. I was just a hard-working, nerdy smart dude, but had never had any real luck with women. To me it was almost incredible that someone as smart and beautiful as her would show as much interest in me as I showed in her. We both have always been driven, which led to us separately building small businesses of our own by the time we graduated college. We moved in together after graduation and a year later married. We had, what I considered, a very strong marriage. We had weathered family tragedies, professional challenges, small and large disagreements, and always managed to work through everything, and I felt it always made us stronger. Ellie has always had a huge social circle that included a fair number of men, but I never thought too much about it as she never did anything that raised flags, since all social outings seemed to always be as a large mixed group, and I came to trust her closest friends. As our 10-year anniversary was coming up, I decided to bring up the topic of starting a family. Early on in the relationship we had together decided to compromise on the size of our family. I wanted kids, she wanted none or at most one, so we agreed on having one. Now 10 years into our marriage, secure economically and thinking how healthy though our relationship was, I brought the topic up. I can't help but think me doing this may have started this whole chain of events. A little over 3 months ago she tells me she is going out with her friends to have some fun. She basically told me she needed to unwind as she was getting stressed about me asking about having kids again. That night she comes back at 4 a.m. Starting with that day our bedroom goes completely dead. In our relationship Ellie has always initiated as much as me, in fact on average I would say more often than me, and for rare periods when we were dealing with traveling I can't think of us ever going more than 5 days without some form of intimacy. Her phone, avoiding me, all this stuff I had never seen from her before. After about 3-4 weeks of this I talk to Omar, my best friend, and he points me to Reddit and I start reading. Eventually I decide I need to do something about this as it's beginning to put me in a bad mood. I don't just want to trust her, I like to trusting my wife, I need to trust her. Well, needless to say I get my hands on her phone and check her calls and texts, feeling like a complete monster violating her privacy. Turns out that one of the people new to her social circle is an old high school flame from before we were together. The more I dug, the more I found. I think the fact I'd always trusted her completely made her complacent about hiding the affair better. I found out that during that party a month before, he had attended, and they spent all night catching up and ended up kissing, not even really hiding it from her whole group of friends, and then conveniently going to the bathroom at the same time. Up to this point all I had felt has been this giant pit of anxiety in my stomach, a part of me trying to hold on to the image of the woman I thought I had married, a kind of self-delusion. But the anger and sadness start getting overwhelming, made worse by the fact that she seems oblivious to my sudden indifference. She didn't notice I had stopped making romantic gestures. I felt like I was breaking inside. Finally a month ago I decided to catch them in the act and I tell Ellie I'm going to visit my cousin for the weekend. He lives 3 hours away, but instead I go stay with Omar, who has been helping me record and copy everything. I waited and sure enough, she brought him to our house, to our bed. I snuck in the house and made my way to our room and the sounds left no doubts. They were so into it they didn't notice me standing there at the door recording them with my phone. I literally felt something in me break, like something in my soul snapped so hard I could hear it. My veins went ice cold and something like a 10-ton anvil had been dropped on my chest. I couldn't breathe. I went numb. This next part I can only tell you what Omar says happened because I only remember parts of the next few minutes. According to Omar, who I had brought as a witness, apparently I walked up to them, pulled the guy off the bed, and Omar pulled me off of him. I remember Omar holding me down on the ground. After that there was the normal hysterics of being caught. I went no contact for 5 weeks and began working with a lawyer preparing for the worst. Omar served as her contact point during that time since I simply didn't want to talk with her. Ellie contacted my family and told them that we are having problems. After the 5 weeks of NC we met and talked. She was remorseful, told me it wasn't my fault, that it was all her doing, her responsibility and her decisions. We decided to go to marriage counseling and at least explore if there is anything salvageable. Sitting here, I can't believe that even after that, I still love her. I am disgusted with myself that I have thought about her well-being, about her happiness. I especially hate that now I have to question our entire relationship. Was it just now that she got brazen about cheating, or has it happened before and I didn't bother looking far enough or was too stupidly trusting to see it at all? It's been now almost a month since deciding to try marriage counseling, and my questions to those who have already gone through this are the following. 1. Is it possible to reconcile without feeling that you lose some self-respect? 2. How long does the anger to sadness to numbness, rinse and repeat cycle last? I'm getting exhausted of the constant emotional roller coaster. 3. I find myself really loathing the whole idea of having to essentially be on the constant lookout. Is that a sign of me wanting out or just me being exhausted? 'Cause I honestly can't tell. I'll take any advice, honestly. I love her, I've been head over heels for her since we met back in college. I want to work it out. Is it actually possible, and if it is, will it ever resemble what it used to be even remotely? TLD, our wife cheated, trying to reconcile but have a lot of fears. Questions. Redditors' reactions. Redditor 1, divorce now or divorce later? Your choice. Redditor 2, from what I have seen, experienced and read, bringing AP to your marital bed means there is no respect for the spouse whatsoever. There may be still chance for reconciliation if there is some sacredness with marital bed and property, but it's obvious that it means nothing to her. She has no respect for you, so you need to give yourself some respect. Maybe all this time she's with you, she's always had this what if with her old flame. And she jumped on him when she had the chance. If you reconcile, you can never be sure if she want monkey branch when she bumps into another old flame. Redditor 3, you said you want children. Is this still the woman that you want children with? Do you want to live your life watching for red flags? If you stay, you probably will. Trust it's broken and work be difficult to rebuild. Good luck. Redditor 4, dump her. She lied again and again and again. It's awesome that you don't have any kids with her. That makes it way easier and better. If you stay in this marriage, you will never be able to look at her and yourself the same. Watching her with another man when she should have been faithful to you, it's so heartbreaking. Have some self-respect and get out of that messy and unfair situation for you. I know it will hurt, but it will get better over time and you'll find someone who will love you and be faithful to you. If I would have been in your situation, I wouldn't be able to get that image of her and other man from my mind while she constantly lying to you. Important, you have an advantage here. If you want to continue fixing your marriage, ask her for post-nup where all your assets are protected in future, no alimony or spousal support in case something happen in the future. Then you will be safe on your side. All the passwords of her social media and mobile phone and location sharing should be available to you at all times so you can build your trust again. Remember, she have to put the most effort in your marriage. It can take months to several years. Don't have kids with her yet. If you want to have kids and she doesn't as you mentioned, then tell her this is a deal breaker. Edit. These couple of steps you take will show you if she agree and accept it how remorseful and dedicated is your wife in fixing her marriage. Redditor 5, honestly mate. You should cut bait. You've just put off starting a family for another couple of years. Her friend group did nothing. Maybe that is because they don't care, maybe it's because they've seen it before. The only thing you know, is that you will never know. You are only 34. You could start something new with someone who hasn't hurt you and actually wants a family. In the same time, it will take you to build back trust and have the baby she doesn't actually want. Redditor 6, sorry to hear what you are going through. No one here can confirm if the reconciliation will be successful. Some may share their experiences, but that's just them. Everyone is different and what worked for a person may or may not work for other. Truth be told, I don't think it will work for you. 1. The fact that she met the guy after 10 years and immediately started physical relationship with him, will not leave your mind anytime soon. Her each action will raise an alarm in your mind. Where is she? Why isn't she answering the call? Why is she smiling while on her phone? Etc. 2. Her entire friend group knew and never bothered to inform you or stop you is a big red flag. Think, will you be okay if during or after reconciliation she goes out with them? Any contact with them or any topic about them will take you down to this incident's memory lane. If you stop her from any more social gatherings from these people, she will start resenting you after some time. 3. You both are in different page in life. She doesn't want children and you want them. Even if she now agrees to have children, it will be to reconcile and not because she wants. 4. She doesn't seem completely remorseful as she is hiding her affair from the family, saying that you are having problems. In order to fix this, she needs to own up to her actions. Both of your family deserves to know the real reason for what is happening. If she keeps on hiding it, she'll paint you as whatever she wants in front of others. If the other guy is married or have a girlfriend, she needs to contact that person and tell the truth as well. If not, then she is either not remorseful about it completely or she wants to continue the affair more discreetly. Do you know about where she was and with whom in the last 5 weeks of your no contact? Was the AP completely cut off? Was he the only one? Did she contacted you in the last 5 weeks to apologize? Final decision is yours, but, in order to reconcile, you need to bury all this in the past. Can you do that? Whatever your decision is, good luck.